Hey everyone. Sorry to inform everyone, but Julian's not gonna be on this week. He had to drop off last second.
What?
Psych! I am back. Let's go Eagles, baby. I am on the train. Devontae Smith, welcome to Philly. I'm finally back in the fandom. Let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go. We got
No
a
more
first
slandering. No more slandering. I'm gonna die for my guys again. We're in it.
until next year.
We'll see.
Until we put fucking Joe Flacco in our last game to tank a game.
I mean, if it pisses Giants fans off, I'll be happy.
Yeah. Did you guys see the video of the Giants fan punching holes in his
Oh, and his
drywall?
wife yelling at him.
Yeah, dude, I love that.
I was looking for Giants fans and I'm sorry to all the Giants fans listening. I was looking for Giants fans reactions to that because I just after the tank job and then we trade up to re-steal Smith. It's beautiful.
Yeah,
Just,
I don't feel bad. A 6-win team should not be in playoffs.
I don't feel bad for that. The fact that we did it again.
Yeah.
Saw Giants fans were saying, not Giants, Cowboys fans were saying that when they beat us in week 16, I believe, it costed them Patrick Surtain, gave the Eagles Devonta Smith, and gave us an extra first rounder next year. But you never want to unless you're us, you never want to not win a game. So you can't just say oh, we should have lost that game. But looking back, they're like, damn, that was a costly win.
It was a costly win. Yeah, to me, I think it's kind of crazy where if you don't win the Super Bowl, you should just tank.
Right.
Yeah, it's like you might as well build your team up. If you don't have a Super Bowl team, why try?
Listen, I follow Sam Hinkiology to the T. I fully believe that process.
Yeah, trust the process.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think some teams, you should have that goal of doing whatever, and they could have made the playoffs, and you never want to not make the playoffs. And you're not going to ask your players who have been doing all their life, to get to this level, who may suffer an injury at any point and never be able to get back next year. Who knows? You can't just ask them to not give it their all. And
that's true.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, who do you guys think are the real winners and losers of the draft? Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Dragonfire Fantasy Football Podcast. My name is Chuck.
This is Julian.
And I'm Greg.
And hey, guys, what's up?
Hey.
Yeah. So, question for you guys: who are the winners and losers of the draft?
Chargers.
Winners?
Chargers are winners.
The Chargers won big for sure.
I think Bears are my clear favorite.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah, no, go ahead.
I mean, they made a really good move, but you still had to pay a lot to make that move. You know what I'm saying? I think it improves their team getting Justin Fields, but it's kind of what you gave up. You're supposed to get something like that. I think Chargers just stayed where they were and drafted really well. I think Eagles, even though we all were really pissed at them for what they did with Miami earlier, the way the board shook out, we ended up just turning the 6th pick into Devontae Smith and a future first and the 3rd, I think. So
we had to give up. Well. We had to give up a 3rd, but I think that we get a 3rd as well.
Yeah. Okay. So we really just move back 6 spots to gain a first round next year and get the guy we wanted anyway. So I think there's probably better moves in the draft, but I liked that a lot. Looking back.
No, that was a really good move. I love that move. In hindsight, it's amazing. But
sure. I didn't know.
Oh yeah.
No.
Yeah, and we talked about this so much too. Oh, is Julian just glitching on mine, or never mind?
It's difficult for me to tell because sometimes you guys cut out for me.
Oh, okay.
But anyway.
Julian, we lost you for a second.
Yeah. What did I cut out at?
Just start from not the very beginning, but just your initial thought.
Oh boy. I mentioned
Just
Patrick Surtain already. When you guys,
yeah. Oh yeah. No, not that far back. Just when you
okay,
were
yeah,
talking about like trade. Yeah, when we got an extra first.
yeah. So we didn't know that Patrick Surtain would be taken by the Broncos and not go to the Cowboys, because if that happened, the Cowboys wouldn't have traded back with us. We probably wouldn't have gotten Smith. So I feel like some luck came into it to kind of bail Howie out and then able to get that pick. And he still has made a bunch of mistakes in the past, but the way it shook out with Sewell not going to the Bengals, which, he probably called ahead and found out we're not going to be able to get Pitts or Chase. So the move back is good. And let's see if we can trade up again later to get our guy. But with Horn and Surtain gone right before the Cowboys and then trading back, it all worked out really well. So, I'll give him credit for this working out. I'm very happy with the result. I will look like an idiot. You can expose all my old takes on it. That's perfectly fine. As long as we get Devontae Smith, I'm happy with it.
Yeah, it was a great pick. I love how it all shook out for sure. I think another team that did really well in the draft, maybe not for fantasy, but just for their team in general, was the Browns. Their draft was like they just loaded up on all the best players available, basically, and they're looking scary. They're probably they're gonna be a force for a while.
Doesn't that sound weird too? That like the Browns did really well in the draft.
Yeah.
No, man. You know what? I think it's about damn time. I think it's weird if you're that bad forever.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's insane. Like if you told me 2 years ago that the Browns are Super Bowl contenders, I would like call you crazy.
Okay, yeah. It was a quick turnaround from how bad they were, but when you're that low for so long, I expect you to at some point get out the mud. Like I'm still waiting for the Jets to come back. We'll see.
The Jets made some good moves in the draft too. I liked what they did. They got their quarterback, and I know that we're not really high on the 14-year-old, but but Zach Wilson, sorry. But it's such a good move, and they also getting protection for him in the same round. Really good. I love. Yeah, they did a lot, and they got a lot of weapons for him too. They got a good running back, and they got a decent wide receiver.
Yeah, man.
And
All that capital trading away Jamal Adams really helps.
yeah, man, they got the best defensive tackle in the league. I know he's a strong safety. He plays like a defensive tackle. Bad attempt at humor. So, and I was just gonna say, going back a little bit to the Browns, I thought that they did a really good job just because depending how high you were on Justin Fields, I think that the Bears made out like kings because I thought their team was pretty good. I thought they were a QB away from maybe like making the conference finals. They were in the playoffs last year, and they were in the playoffs with Mitch. Mitch isn't horrible, but I think Mitch is definitely below average.
I think it's actually worse because it was Mitch and Foles. Like it was Mitch and Foles. They were going back and forth. Like it was whoever was not sucking worse at the time. So the fact that they were still able to salvage a, albeit extra playoff spot added that year, playoff spot that they snuck into, like the 7th seed, they still made it. So I think that speaks more to how impressive the rest of the team is and how one quarterback can really help them.
Yeah. How high are you guys on Justin Fields?
This year, I don't know how. He might not even start. He'll probably beat out Dalton, but I don't think I'm too high this year. He's definitely going to be their QB for the future. I think he's going to have a really good career, but I think it might take him, some time to get used to the NFL level. So I would, temper my expectations for him this year.
Where would you rank him is my better question, like out of the quarterbacks that were taken?
Let's see.
Go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, out of the quarterbacks in the draft, he's probably it's hard to say. There's Trevor Lawrence. He's obviously the best. He's the best prospect apparently since, Peyton Manning or something.
Andrew Luck.
Andrew Luck, yeah. So he's obviously everyone's number one. We'll see how he works out because Jacksonville, they love to screw things up. But I think Justin Fields, Justin Fields and Trey Lance, because just the landing spot for Trey Lance is really nice. It's going to be close between those two, in my mind.
Yeah, and okay, so another thing I wanted to mention was the 49ers had to give up a lot to get Trey Lance.
They
And
did.
so I think it's a comparable move by the Bears with the Giants because they got the move up as well, and they are way farther up the draft board. I mean, they were what the originally the 22nd pick. Let's make a guess.
Something
Whoever's
like
right. Yeah, I don't. I'm just gonna search up Giants pick
the
this
Bears
year.
They were
were like
21.
20.
21. Okay.
Wait, or 20. Either
I
20 or
think they were
21.
20. I think they're 20. And the 49ers were 12. Yeah.
Yeah. So the 49ers moved up what 9 spots, and then the Bears had to move up what 11?
9 spots.
No, it's-
They moved up to 11 from 20, so they're both 9 spots.
oh, they're both 9 spots, and they both gave up comparable stuff too.
Mm-hmm. It ended up working out that way.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that like if you were higher on Justin Fields than you were Trey Lance, you would think that you were the winner of the like that move. You know what I mean? Because that's like personally, I think Justin Fields was the number 2 quarterback out of the draft.
Yeah, he's got all the talent. He's mobile. He'll get you some, in fantasy, he'll get you some nice rushing stats. So
Yeah.
Lance probably will too, but Fields I think is more complete right now for sure.
Yeah.
In my notes, I put down that the Jets drafted not Justin Fields, so that just explains how I feel about it.
So yeah, he's the clear number 2 to you as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I love maybe I'm biased, maybe I've like read too many reports, but like I thought the Bears came up as kings.
Yeah, they're going to be a tough team. That whole division's going to be pretty tough with well, maybe not the Lions, but the other 3 teams. They're looking pretty good.
Yeah.
As long as Rodgers stays in Green Bay.
Oh man,
that's probably. I don't think
should
that's
we,
gonna happen.
should we talk about that?
I guess. I mean, he sounds very unhappy. I don't think he's gonna.
Is he staying in Green Bay or is he definitely moving? Or is he retiring?
I don't think he's gonna play in Green Bay unless the GM gets out, like he said.
Can you see him retiring?
I can see him retiring or like taking a year. Yeah, just taking a year off, saying I'm not gonna play for you guys. And then
I don't know. For some reason I feel like they're gonna work it out somehow, and he's gonna stay there. I don't know what it is that's making me feel that way, but I just think something's gonna happen, and he's gonna end up staying in Green Bay. That's just my
you think
thought.
you just can't picture him being anywhere else?
It just doesn't seem. Yeah, it seems like that's his only spot. He's been there, since they drafted him 16 years ago, and he's done really well there. I don't know if they have confidence enough in Jordan Love, so they're going to probably try to keep him, since they're this big storied organization. They don't want to lose their franchise guy and then have this bum take over.
I know you're not saying the exact. I know this isn't the exact same situation, but were you feeling the same way about Brady last year?
Last year with Brady,
Like that? Oh, I can't see him going anywhere else. And then, of course, he did.
yeah, I think it's a little bit different in that situation. I think Brady. I didn't think he would do as well somewhere else, but he proved me wrong there. But I think I could have seen him leaving. It's for some reason this feels like a different situation than New England to me. I don't know why. I can't explain it. But
I think the trading aspect really gets to me because I think it's really hard to trade for Rodgers. Like, what do you have to give? Like 3 first-round picks?
it's crazy since he's so old too, and his contract's huge.
I mean, he can play. He can play for 4 more years, like legitimately.
Yeah, I could
Yeah.
see like going to Denver. Like that's a big rumor right now. That would like immediately make them a contender. That's a super tough division to be a contender in, but that's what they would be.
Denver is also crazy to me because the fact that they drafted. Wait, don't tell me. It was J.C. Horn or was it Patrick Surtain? It was Patrick Surtain, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was confirmation that they were doing something at quarterback, like they were going to trade. Because I really don't think they believe in Drew Lock or Teddy Bridgewater.
Maybe they're ready for the rebuild,
Maybe. I don't know. I thought that they were going to do something with quarterback because Justin Fields was still on the board. Maybe they just didn't like him. Even Mac Jones would be an upgrade over Drew Lock right now.
I feel like Teddy Bridgewater and Mac Jones are like comparable enough, Drew Lock, they're just going to get rid of him. But I mean, Teddy's still young. He's only like 28, so he's still got some years left in him if they want to keep him around if he does well this year. Obviously,
Yeah,
didn't make any other moves, so.
Teddy's just a check down king to me. It's just not. He's like Alex Smith, but like not as experienced. So I was gonna say to you guys, if you guys had Devontae Smith right now on your roster, and with all the Aaron Rodgers moves, do you try to trade him?
Devontae Adams?
Yeah. Did I say
Yeah.
Devontae Smith?
You did.
Yeah.
I think.
I want to keep Devontae Smith with all the Aaron Rodgers moves. But
I mean, probably not. Unless you're full on. Are you asking like do I decide to go into a rebuild?
Oh no, I mean in fantasy.
Oh, like if you have a dynasty team, would you
Yeah.
trade Adams away? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'd shop around and see what you can get.
What would you be happy for?
Like if I was able to get like Hopkins and some RB 2, 3.
Whoa! Wait. I think Hopkins is as good, if not better, than.
I agree, but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You look for like a really good wide receiver to trade away Adams for. Like see if anyone's like stuck on like, oh, he's so good, he'll shine anyway. Like that's what I'd be happy with. If you're asking me if I would trade him away for, I don't know, CD Lamb, like I'm not gonna do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely no.
I would still try to get at least a wide receiver, high wide receiver 2, and something else wrong because he is that good. But
yeah,
I'd be worried. I'd be worried either way.
I have the same. I have this exact situation because I just recently joined this dynasty league, and we did our startup draft the other day, and my team, it's like a win now team for sure. I ended up getting like CMC with my first round pick, then Devontae Adams, Stephon Diggs, and DeAndre Hopkins with my next 3 picks. So I'm like, I don't know what to do with Devontae Adams. I think I'm just gonna hold on to him for now, but I'm in a tough spot.
I mean, it really sounds like you can afford to trade him away.
Yeah, I should put him up on the trade block. That's a good idea. I'll do that and see what kind of offers we get floating around.
Especially since you already have Diggs and Hop, like that's crazy.
Yeah, I'm very happy with how it turned out. It's a 2 quarterback league, and my quarterbacks are Brady and Baker, so it's not like the best, but I think it's serviceable with the rest of my squad. So
you have the GOAT and the future GOAT.
Exactly. That was the goal.
How did your rookie draft go, if you don't mind me asking?
I ended up having to trade away my first round pick in order to acquire an extra 4th round pick in the startup draft, which I used to draft Eckler. So I equate basically that first round pick to going to Eckler, which worked out well. And then I ended up trading a 2nd round pick or something later to move up to get Brady. So I had limited picks, but I ended up with pretty much nobodies at this point. Brevin Jordan, the tight end on Houston, they projected to do pretty well. We'll see what happens. I don't know. They don't really have a strong tight end core so he could potentially be the starter right away. I ended up getting Kellen Mond, who I assume will take over once Kirk Cousins is gone in 2 years in Vikings. And having the quarterback thrown to Justin Jefferson is not a bad thing to do at all. So I think he'll have a bright future down the line if he can get his act together. And then my last pick, I got Kylan Hill, the running back the Packers drafted. I'm hoping that he has some sort of role like Jamal Williams, kind of take over the passing game, like kind of give Aaron Jones some rest every now and then, and hopefully do something. It was kind of a flyer pick. We'll see what happens. I'm excited. I think my team has some good youth in it, and paired with some all-stars, I think it could be competitive for a while.
So I'm not too familiar with Dynasty. So I just want to guess right now, who is the number one pick for rookies? Was it Najee Harris?
So this is a 2-quarterback league. So quarterbacks are heavily favored in this one.
Oh,
So
okay. So Trevor Lawrence. Yeah, okay. So Trevor Lawrence probably went first.
Yes, Lawrence went first. Then I believe it was. Let me make sure I'm saying this right. Let me just pull up the draft here real quick, because I'm pretty sure 3 quarterbacks went first. I'm pretty sure it went Lawrence, then Fields, then Lance, and then we got into the what was it? Here we go.
Non-QBs.
Yeah, the QBs.
Oh, Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts, definitely. I'm changing my vote. What do you think, Julian?
Kyle Pitts.
The first skill guy off the board.
Yeah, non-QB.
Devontae Smith, baby. Nah, I think probably tight end. Yeah, that's really important to people, and I think he'll have an impact right away.
Okay, here we go. I have it pulled up here. So this is how.
You probably took Jamar Chase first, though.
And Julian is the winner.
Oh, really?
Actually went, Trevor Lawrence, Trey Lance, then Jamar Chase, and then Justin Fields.
Wow.
Then we had Najee Harris, Zach Wilson, Kyle Pitts. So.
Okay, we were all in the same ballpark. Okay.
Harris before Pitts surprises me.
Yeah. The big thing about rookie tight ends is generally it takes 2 or 3 years for them to do anything. Like TJ Hawkinson, his rookie year, I don't know if you remember, he was pretty terrible.
Garbage.
And everyone's like, "Oh man, this guy's." I know some people call him like the hawk strap,
Yeah.
But he turned into something like a top 5 tight end. It just took an extra year to finally get him there. So people are, Kyle Pitts, they're saying he's, the next best tight end ever. First tight end drafted in the top 4. He's got to do something good, but he's on a team with a lot of competition with Julio and Ridley, and Hayden Hurst is still there. So
I don't know, man. I think I agree that normally that's the case. That tight ends don't start off that good, but there's never been a TE prospect like this before. He's the earliest drafted tight end in NFL history, and that offense, they have the ability to click, and Matt Ryan can throw for 500 yards. I think he can still do that. And Hooper was a tight end 1 like 2 years ago there. I know Hurst is there, but I think Pitts can still be a pretty good pickup. So,
and Hurst is gone after this year. They didn't pick up his 5th-year option.
Right. So they might not even want to give him that many more looks than Pitts. They might want to go with what they have for the future, and they're just keeping him on for now.
I think he's a day 1 starter, to be honest. I think he's taking that role away from Hayden Hurst. But we'll see. One thing I also wanted to talk about before we started our usual rounds was what what running back has jumped up my boards the most recently? Definitely has to be Swift. Swift is gonna be going in the first round, I think. They upgraded the O-line. Kerryon Johnson's gone. I know he's not the super hypest, but I don't know. I'm really excited about him now, and I saw the report from Kerryon Johnson saying that he's just built different.
Yeah, I know Jamal Williams is there, so it's still gonna, have some competition. But
Yeah.
Swift,
Who's
I mean,
there? Who's the quarterback? Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know.
Hey, I mean, Jared Goff knows how to feed the running back sometimes too. They had Todd Gurley for a while. Not
Yeah.
saying that Todd Gurley was a good receiving back, but Swift could be that.
Swift is RB17 right now.
I can see him going in the first round if someone's crazy enough, which is going to
That
be me.
might be you, yeah. Chuck's gonna start the draft going
So, you would
Mixon Swift.
No, okay. Can we also talk about Mixon real quick? Because that's another person that went up my board as well. They didn't draft another running back.
it's true.
The only bad thing
That-
is they didn't draft O-line.
I think they got one in the second round.
Yeah, I know. But they could have got
But yeah.
Penei Sewell, like a generational talent, possible future Hall of Famer. Like, come on.
Yeah, I saw a scout say that he was the only surefire Hall of Famer in the class.
Yeah.
Even I heard good things about Slater, the guy that the Chargers picked up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, the Chargers are gonna be so good too. Holy cow! Austin Eckler's another one since their line got boosted up. Well, yeah, we'll see. It's gonna be a really exciting year for running backs.
Yeah, and
Do you
the
guys?
same thing goes for like Atlanta with Mike Davis. He's like the only guy there, and the
Yeah,
Dolphins.
that's true.
Everyone expect the Dolphins to make. Miles Gaskin's the guy.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Do you guys have any? Yeah. So you just mentioned two teams, like so Miles Gaskins and sorry, who was the first team that you mentioned?
Mike
Falcons.
Davis on the Falcons. Yeah.
Mike Davis. That's crazy. I forgot that that's their running back. Mike Davis really capitalized on the fact that MCM was hurt, and so good.
CMC, yeah.
MCM, yeah, right.
They
I'm
even had
dyslexic.
the opportunity in the second
Man.
round. They could have drafted Javonte Williams, I believe, but they decided to go a different route and just stick with Mike.
Mike Davis is 36 on this. This can't be right.
I don't think I think
He
he's
might
like
be a
28.
steal.
He's RB36
Oh,
on the
RB
site.
36.
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems. He's 28 years old. That's what I was thinking of.
Sorry, yeah, no. That's very low to me. What the?
Dude, I know. That's a that's pretty crazy. I would take him way above that. Maybe they think that's gonna be like a more of a air raid offense. So maybe that he's not gonna get that many looks since they have so many options, like with tight end and wide receiver. Like I could see that maybe he's not gonna get that much production, but
Yeah, maybe I just gotta let go of Matt Ryan's near MVP years. I don't know.
Matt Ryan's still really good, dude. He had the highest completion percentage last year.
Oh, he did?
Yeah. He's still really good. It's just his team, like as a collective, that blows.
Okay.
Yeah.
Defense is awful.
Defense is awful. Yeah,
That's
their
why he's gotta go hard.
That's why you draft a tight end in the first round. No, I'm kidding.
All offense, baby.
Offense, baby. Yeah, score more points than they can ever score.
Unlike the Panthers, who went all defense, I think they had like one offensive pick.
It's like 2 years
yeah.
in a row they just go all defense.
Yeah, and you know what? They got their guy Sam Darnold. Maybe he actual diamond in the rough. They can turn things around. I'm sorry,
He's
they
gonna
did take. I'm totally wrong. They took. Okay, last year they were all defense. This year it was defense, 3 offense, 4 offense, and no defense. Okay.
Oh yeah, they got. Because I was so upset in my rookie draft, I thought I was going to get Chuba Hubbard. Sorry, I'm bringing this up, but in the dynasty,
No, good.
I have Christian McCaffrey, so I'm like, awesome. Things are falling right my way, and then the pick right in front of me, they take Chuba Hubbard to now back up to CMC. I was like, are you kidding me?
They're not gonna. I mean, Chuba Hubbard's not gonna play at all this year. Come on.
I don't think he is.
That name's too funny. That name's too funny to not put on the field, in my opinion.
Who is the other guy? Divine Diablo?
Divine
And
Sigma.
there's something kitty. It's like,
Oh, Kitty Pie, Pay or whatever.
not Quiddy Pay. There's some
Oh,
guy whose
Quiddy
name's like Kitty. Like I think it was like Kitt. I could be wrong.
Yeah. No, it's not funny. It's not funny making fun of people's names, guys. Come on.
And you can just edit that part out if you're a good
Yeah.
hearted Samaritan. So we'll know
No,
by
probably
what comes out.
Probably not
Oh,
good.
Okay, T.E. Trey McKitty from on the Chargers.
Travis. Yeah.
Yeah.
Travis McKitty.
So we're gonna go in our past divisions, and we're gonna look how teams have drafted and how their rosters are shaping up according to fantasy football. And we're gonna go in our order how we've been going this season. So we're gonna start with NFC East, and we're gonna start with our boys, the Eagles. So, big draft news. We've talked about this a lot. Devontae Smith is now an Eagle. We got him in the 10th pick. We got center in their second round. He doesn't have legs, but he'll be fine. And we got Kenneth Gainwell in the 5th round. So right now I'm just mentioning the big offensive weapons that we've gotten. Defense doesn't matter in fantasy. Who cares? So just talking about.
I'm
So
still stuck on he doesn't have legs. Jeez.
he did tear his ACL in both legs.
Yeah.
So you guys, if you had you have Miles Sanders, and you have an extra roster spot, and you're getting a handcuff for Sanders, do you pick up Boston Scott or Kenneth Gainwell?
Hold
Well,
on.
I mean, real
Hold
quick,
on.
we just got. Oh, go ahead, Greg. You got it.
Yeah. But we got a new pickup off waivers today.
I know, Carry on
That's the
Johnson.
news.
Okay. So yeah, I'll add him to the mix. Those three, you had to pick one.
I would want 0 of them.
Yeah, pick
Okay,
one of
no.
these 3 handcuffs. It's not a sentence that I want to entertain. In the same team, like I'm good.
I feel like they would go to a committee at that point, and I don't know who would get more in that role at all. Carry on might actually be the guy. I mean, I think he's built more for a workhorse role than the other two. They're more like pass catchers, from what I understand.
Jordan Howard's a pass catcher.
Oh, Jordan Howard's there too. I forgot about it.
Someone's not making it.
Yeah,
I
Someone's
didn't
not
even.
making it.
Yeah, I'm definitely not even mentioning Jordan Howard.
He is there. We have 5 running backs right now. So obviously I don't think that'll hold going into the season. But we did just sign him to a contract. So I wonder what we'll do. Maybe Carrion won't be here for long, or Jordan Howard won't be here for long, even though we just signed him. I don't know.
Yeah, that's another good question. Who's on our final roster? I mean,
This ain't that show. I don't know. I got no idea.
So
yeah,
I want
my
Gainwell.
the handcuff I would pick up is Devonta Smith, because we're just going to throw to him 40
Every play.
times if Sanders goes down. That's my opinion.
Well, just news on Gainwell. He's projected to go the 62nd running back off the board. So if you have a deep league, you might be starting him. So I'm sorry. Devontae Smith, on the other hand, is already our wide receiver number 1. So
Jeez. Yeah. He's the wide receiver 37, and Rager is the next one. He's 56.
Yeah.
And then
It's not good.
Fulgham's 101. There's a nice little drop off there, which I don't even agree with. Fulgham should be a little higher.
Yeah. And you can get Rager in the 13th round. I would be not Rager, sorry, Devontae Smith. Getting my first round picks mixed up. But I would be happy with Devontae Smith as a wide receiver too. I think he has a lot of upside this year, and the Eagles are hungry. Do you guys have anything to talk else to add? Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just saying.
Repeat that.
And their defense, yeah. So they're probably going to throw a lot. So Devonta Smith, is not a bad option.
Yeah. Have you guys also heard that Kenneth Gainwell is going to be like a Nyheim Hines kind of player, where he's going to be a mostly receiving back because he's from Memphis? And Memphis, they play all their players like wide receivers, so I don't know. I would be happy with that.
Yeah, we should leave that
I
to the
feel like
Raiders.
like Miles Sanders is like really good in that role already.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't
Like
know.
maybe with
It's
how injured he's been, late 2019 and last year, they just want complementary backup pieces that can kind of fill what he does already. Because that's just what we want to do there, you know?
yeah, I can see that. I don't know. It's weird.
All right.
It kind of scares me because Miles Sanders is kind of like sliding down the board now since we got like 2 new running backs. I hope to God they don't go with committee because I really just want Miles Sanders to be the bell cow. So that's just me. Going on to the Cowboys, there's nothing to really talk about. They drafted O-line in the 4th round, got a wide receiver who's probably not going to see the field in the 5th round, and got a guard in the 7th.
The first
I
6 picks were defense, I think.
Yeah, exactly. And that was their problem last year. I hate to admit it, but they drafted pretty well. Like getting all this help for the defense. Not saying it's going to help immediately, and maybe these guys are not going to be that good, but like the idea is there. Their defense was the problem, and
Yeah.
bolstering up that defense is going to make them better. But yeah, I don't think there's anything to add about the Cowboys. I think that fantasy wise, nothing really special.
I
So
agree.
the Giants. Oh, salty Giants fans. Their first round pick was Kadarius Toney, wide receiver out of Florida, and they didn't get another offensive player until the 6th round. They got a running back, Gary Brightwell, probably not going to see the field too much. Maybe a practice squad guy, but yeah. Right now, Kadarius Toney is the 90th wide receiver off the board. I can't see him taking a spot over Slayton or Shepard right now. Definitely not Galladay.
You could see it over Galladay though.
Yeah, I can see it over Galladay. Galladay's garbage. Yeah, you got me.
Yeah, I think you're right about Tony. We'll see what happens, but I don't think he's going to be too productive this rookie year.
Yeah. I mean, are they kind of just banking on losing either Shepard or Slayton? Because I'd be happy losing Shepard and just like
You
replacing
mean
him
like
with Tony.
to injury or for the future?
Oh no, I mean like either trading away, cutting, whatever.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Because that
Yeah.
wide receiver room is already packed. And no offensive line picks.
Yeah, I
What's
think
up?
Shepard might be on the last year of his deal. So probably just replace Shepard after this year.
Yeah, with Tony probably.
Yeah. Oh wait, 2024 free agency. Maybe I'm wrong.
It's not a big
I
deal
don't know.
anyway. Yeah. So, Julian, what were you saying?
Just that they didn't do much for their offense other than that guy, the wide receiver they added to an already packed wide receiver room. I'm not really concerned with the. There's no big real changes from this draft for me for the Giants.
Yeah. All right, on to the Washington football team. So 2nd round they got offensive tackle. 3rd round they got a wide receiver who's probably not going to see the field. Tight end who's probably not going to see the field, and then wide receiver in the 7th round. Yeah, good.
I just think that between them and the Cowboys, I think that affects because not to say that their starters are gonna become all of them are gonna be all pro defensive people, but I think they're made a lot of big defensive additions this offseason, and I think that ultimately hurts some of the Eagles and Giants players. Because we have to see those guys 4 times in total.
That's a good point. That I don't like doing matchups personally like that because I feel like it is kind of hard to tell because then you have to kind of like start incorporating like how good a defense is going to be. And like you're gonna have to think about like, oh yeah, you are right though. Like we are gonna have to play against. And I'm not even gonna say. I'm gonna say this too. I think the Giants have a great defense as well. We're gonna have to
Yeah, they
face.
do.
we're gonna have to face like basically good defenses half the year almost.
Yeah, what do you mean by matchup? What were you saying about that?
Oh, I just mean that like like once you start incorporating like, oh yeah, like this is like the second best defense in the league, and our guys are not good against this kind of defense, or our guys don't do good against zone or man. I think it gets
No,
a little complicated.
I wasn't saying all that. I was just saying,
Okay.
if you're in a division that has a good defense, it dings that player because he's going to face good a higher level of good defenses, because you have to face that team twice.
Yeah.
So like the AFC North, I mean, their teams are all really good, but they also have really good defenses, so you might have to think about that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Browns, Ravens, Steelers, like you got to think about that when you're taking on Bengals players, I think.
Joe Burrow's gonna
baby.
Yeah, Joe Burrow's gonna die, dude. He has to play the Browns twice a year.
And the Steelers and the Ravens. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, exactly. They're gonna. Well, I think the Browns are gonna have the nastiest defense. They're gonna
But back to the NFC East.
Sorry.
Yeah. The only other thing I saw was that they drafted a tight end, and I don't know if you want to worry about Logan Thomas. I think Logan's gonna be fine, but
yeah, I agree.
Keep an eye on. But I would definitely think that the Washington football team defense is something to keep an eye on. I would probably take them as my set and forget defenses that I would eye late in the draft.
Yeah, I agree. So the Jets had a big draft. They got Zach Wilson, who we all hate. No, I'm kidding. Also drafted offensive guard in this first round as well. They got Elijah Moore, wide receiver out of Ole Miss, and they got running back Michael Carter from North Carolina.
A high draft pick on a offensive lineman too, Elijah Vera Tucker.
Yeah,
so that should be a good addition.
Yeah, they spent a lot on offense. And are we excited about the Jets? Because I'm a little excited about the Jets.
I'm a little excited.
Yeah. Zach Wilson is 31st quarterback off the board. If you're in a dynasty league, probably, but honestly, don't. It's not worth it.
I think I'm gonna stay away from not Justin Fields until he proves me wrong. For now.
Is that your name for him?
Absolutely.
Not Justin Fields. I like 14-year-old. He's the only person that probably looks younger than me. So.
Some of the Twitter memes from his walk and his pre-draft picture were pretty funny.
Oh my God, Michael Carter also looks pretty good. He's already the 44th running back off the board. He's better than Tevin Coleman. I would be happy having him. He's going to be in the mid second round. He seems like a good flex option. And Elijah Moore is probably not going to do too much his first year. He's going to be the fourth wide receiver on this team. I'm not putting him above Corey Davis, Denzel Mims, or Jamison Crowder. So, yeah, I mean, if he has a year to kind of learn from those three, I don't know. That team looks pretty exciting.
Yeah, it's crazy. Crazy to think.
I know.
They made a lot of good moves on the offense, it looks like.
Yeah. And just like the fact that they got a good guard as well. Like Elijah Vera Tucker looks pretty good. And everyone keeps memeing saying that this was a very deep O-line class. So we'll see. But from the general look of it, it looks pretty good. So Patriots, not too much fantasy relevance, but so yeah, they got Mac Jones. They didn't have to trade anything for him. They got him in the middle of they got the 15th pick. They got a running back in the 4th round, which you hate to see because you either want to see Harris or Sony Michel just take over, but that's not how Bill Belichick plays. They got offensive tackle in the 6th round. They got a wide receiver, Trey Nixon, who might be one of their best wide receivers because their wide receiver maybe not anymore since they have Aguilar and Bourne, which is also a funny thing to say. But a question for you guys: Mac Jones or Cam Newton? Who would you rather have on your team? Granted they're starting, and you get to tell Bill Belichick you're starting this guy.
I think Bill already said that he's going to start Cam, but that can change. I think
Yeah.
I'd just go with Cam.
I would
It's
go
funny because Cam and Mac, Mac is just the reverse of Cam, and it's pretty like clear, like they're both two totally different players, play
Yeah.
styles and everything. Yeah, I like Mac Jones a little bit for the offense. I think Cam Newton was kind of limited last year. I know he didn't have great weapons, but he just didn't look great. So I think Mac would be better for the team, personally.
I'd rather have Mac as well. I feel like Mac plays into that standard Patriots offense more, like stay in the pocket, look for the easy checkdowns, and I think that's what Bill likes more. So we'll see. I know that I also saw he wanted Cam to start, but I don't know. Cam's health, not knock on wood, hasn't been too great recently.
Yeah. I mean, when you've had one quarterback for 20 years and then you want to say, like, that's the only system we're ever going to run, I don't know if I agree with that. I mean, that's what we've seen, but maybe they can do it with Cam. But again, Cam was living there last year, so I can see not wanting to fully trust him, not wanting to prefer him over Mac Jones, but we'll see.
Yeah, it is hard to, so it is easy to generalize because you're right. Maybe they would do better maybe they'll do good in another offense, but I don't know. Just from like past experience, I do think like that check down system has worked so
I
well
don't
for
know.
them.
Like if they drafted Justin Fields, would you be saying I'd rather see Mac Jones in the offense?
Oh no.
Yeah, exactly.
But,
so I don't agree with that really.
But I think it depends on the player too, though.
Yeah.
Because it's like it obviously like you have Lamar Jackson. You're changing your system because you have Lamar Jackson.
Right.
Like not saying like, and I will say this: Cam is like a way watered down version of of Lamar Jackson right now, and it sucks to say that, but like you don't want to build a whole system around him. You could do what you think you have to build around what you're good at. You know what I mean? I don't think you.
I agree that you're not building around Cam Newton right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying mostly.
Yeah, but I think I'd still want to see what Cam can do. Maybe I'm just holding on too long to what he used to be, but I don't know. I have hope that he can turn things around a little bit with slightly better weapons. But we'll see. I don't even know if he will be starting all year. Mac could be the starter by week. He could be by week 1, but he could be the starter by like week 4 or something. Who knows?
Yeah, it does make me feel fucking bad too. Like Cam was a legend, like first overall pick, takes this team to the Super Bowl, almost undefeated second year. Like I was like a semi. I'm not gonna say semi. I'm just gonna say it. I was a Saints fan during the time, and I even liked Cam. So
you gotta evaluate what you have, not what used to be. But
yeah,
I'm thinking that he can. I'm hoping he can turn it around. That's just me.
Me too. I really hope that he can turn it around too. But
I think it's more hope to see him come back to form than real analysis of if I prefer Mac. But that's just my opinion. Anyway.
Yeah. All right. So let's go into the Dolphins. They were pretty heavy on offense this year. So sixth pick they got Jalen Waddle. Second round pick they got offensive tackle. They got a tight end in the third, and then offensive line in the seventh, and a running back in the seventh.
Yeah, they used the first 5 picks, and they had 5 picks in the 3 rounds, in the first 3 rounds, and they got 3 offensive guys with that.
Yeah, but they did get 2.
Liam Eckenberg and Hunter Long, the tight end.
Yeah.
So a third round tight end makes me a little concerned for Gesicki, because that tight end room was already a little crowded, and he was already getting some targets stolen away from him, I believe. Now you got another guy in there.
Yeah, it depends how hype you are on Mike Gesicki. I agree. I think that room is getting a little too crowded. I don't know anything about Hunter Long though.
From what I was hearing about it, Hunter Long, he probably won't play too much the first year, I don't think. But I don't think they picked up or extended Gesicki's contract, so they'll probably let him walk after this year. So it probably won't make a big impact this year. Gesicki probably is going to do just what he would do if they didn't draft him, but Hunter will probably fill him next year. So if you're in like some keeper league or something, you want the Dolphins tight end, he'll be the guy next year probably.
What's with the Dolphins just dropping everyone? Have you guys seen that recently? Like they've just been cutting everyone left to right. They cut like 2 captains this year.
Yeah, I don't know why they cut that safety.
Yeah, they cut their safety. Yeah, they cut the safety. And who was the old Patriots player? Not Chung, was
Kyle
it?
Van Noy.
Oh, Kyle Van Noy. Yeah, I don't get it, man. I thought that they were looking good on that team. The Dolphins are looking so good with like acquiring picks, but I don't like what they're doing with their roster. I feel like they're making too many weird moves. But I'm not a GM, so maybe I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Yeah, they drafted a safety and a defensive lineman, so I could see like they would replace them that way. But I feel like you could keep at least. I don't think Van Noy really fit their system too well, so I
Yeah.
can understand that. But the safety kind of blows my mind. Like they could have just left him. I don't know if he's that big of a cap hit either. I don't know.
And it's like
But
crazy too to me because they were both captains. Like they were both like leaders in that locker room.
yeah,
And not to relate this to being an Eagles fan, but I'm going to relate to being an Eagles fan. When we lost Jenkins, it kind of showed on the defense. I don't know about you guys, but I thought that like we kind of lost a little bit of our identity. Because like, Jenkins was a leader. Like he wasn't amazing, but he was he really brought that group together, especially during our Super Bowl run. I thought.
he was a key piece, and it
Yeah,
definitely hurt when he lost
Absolutely.
him.
yeah, and just like having a leader in the locker room, I feel like is really important. But I don't want to talk about defense. Defense is boring, but Jalen Waddle, he's going to be the 50th running wide receiver off the board. You can probably get him as a bench piece. That's a pretty good bench piece actually. He's going to have to fight for a spot under Parker and Fuller, but I could totally see him being the second best wide receiver on this team, and that's not crazy to say. Um,
See what Tua can do.
yeah, let's see
He's
what
got
Yeah.
no excuses.
yeah.
So is
I was
Tua moved up at all for you guys?
no.
All right.
You?
Oh, absolutely not.
Okay.
Just checking in with you.
Yeah.
What I found interesting this year was a lot of a lot of quarterbacks got their college teammates back this year. So Joe Burrow got Chase, Tua got Waddle, and Hurts got Smith. So it was really
Hey,
interesting.
and Lawrence got ETN. Don't forget that.
Yeah, but that's a running back. Who cares about running backs? But but I'm just saying, do you think that's a real thing? Do you think that's a real connection? Just having someone that you played with in college and a familiar target? Do you think that does help bolster up your QB?
Maybe a little. I don't know.
I
I
think
don't know
that
if it
makes
gives
for
me
like
like
a
a big boost.
happier. Sorry, go ahead, Greg.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I don't think it's a huge boost in either way. But yeah, I mean, if they're friends, like that would work out a little bit just because they're happy. Like I think that's where you're going.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's something to be said for team chemistry, but I don't really think you can say, oh, they're gonna be Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams because they went to the same college a year ago or 2 years ago. Like, I don't think it matters that much when you're translating to NFL level. But after they grow a little bit, maybe that's easier for them to blend. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that in the grand scheme of things, it really doesn't matter, but I think it does help at a chemistry kind of standpoint. Like you don't need to break the ice with that person now. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you know him. Like if I'm Joe Burrow, I'm like, oh, I know Chase, and he's he's my friend. Hopefully they're friends. Maybe they're not. Maybe they hate each other.
You never know.
Maybe Chase stole his girlfriend in college or something. Who knows? And he's never forgiven him, and he's like, the fucking Bengals are ruining his life. All jokes, all jokes. So the Bills had a pretty boring draft, but a good draft, I think. They got two defensive ends in the first two rounds. They got two offensive tackles in the third and fifth. They got a wide receiver in the sixth, and then they got a guard in the seventh. Okay.
Yeah, I
Now
mean that run game was already what it is, and they got two more linemen. I feel like this didn't change anything. I don't know.
yeah. This
I
is why
think
I'm like trying to breeze by this one. I'm like, yep,
yeah,
nothing happened.
their defense
Yeah.
remains in a pretty good streamer,
Yeah.
like someone I would take. And yeah,
Their problem last year was getting to the quarterback, so like I kind of understood where they were coming from. So we'll see. Maybe their defense is like a top three. Okay, let's
We'll
see.
see.
49ers had a crazy ass draft too. So they got Trey Lance with the first pick. They got a guard with the second. They had Trey Sermon. Thank you for correcting me, Greg. I saw that. They got
I got it.
Trey Sermon, running back from Ohio State in the third round. They got a guard in the fifth, and they have another running back in the sixth. Nothing really changes too much except Trey Lance, but even if Trey Lance starts or not, we've had this discussion before. Would you rather have Jimmy or Trey? I've kind of changed my opinion. I'm kind of feeling towards your guys. I think that Trey should sit back a year. I think he's not NFL ready. I was in the other mindset recently where I'm like, oh, definitely. He can definitely be like, he's ready, but who knows? That like if it works for Patrick Mahomes, it probably works for a lot of other players. So but speaking on that, like the team really doesn't look too different. Raheem Mostert definitely helps with getting a guard in the second round. Adding another running back always scares me with this offense because I feel like they do like having a carousel. But I think Raheem Mostert is definitely that guy right now.
For sure.
Yeah.
An injury would be the only thing that would really bring Trey Sermon into the big role. So yeah, Mostert's for sure in.
Yeah. Cardinals. They got a wide receiver in the second round and the center in the seventh. Nothing to say. Does Rondell Moore replace Andy Isabella? Probably.
Yeah, they're pretty.
Oh,
Let's see. Is Larry Fitzgerald retiring? Is he still deciding?
I don't know. Who's that?
Larry Legend?
Oh, Larry Fitzgerald. I thought you said. Never mind.
I
No, I
thought
think.
you were joking. Oh my god.
Who's Who's
This
that?
disrespect. All right, I'm gonna log
No.
off. You guys
Yeah.
have fun finishing the pod.
No, Larry Fitzgerald did quit though. He's retired. Wait,
Yeah.
actually,
I don't know if it's formally announced. I don't know.
it seems like it though, because they got. No, he has to be retired, right? No, he's not retired yet. Whoa, he's back, baby.
And never left.
He never left. Yeah, I don't think if Larry comes back, I can't see Moore even. He's gonna be a practice squad guy, and he's a second round pick, which is kind of crazy. I mean, he can maybe get a spot over AJ Green, to be honest. But like, I'm pretty happy with D Hop, and I'm pretty happy with Christian Kirk.
Yeah.
I
We'll see.
will say, I think I said it when we covered them before, but again, their defense is very spicy. I would keep an eye on them.
Oh, and the Cardinals?
Mhm.
They did draft a lot. Yeah, they got a linebacker, and then they got cornerback, defensive end, another cornerback, and then safety. That's pretty good. They did like a Cowboys approach, and I like that. Rams. I did not know this, but their first pick, which was in the second round, was Tutu Atwell from Louisville. I'm not that high on him. I saw like he definitely can be a starting wide receiver, but I don't know if he's taking a spot over Robert Woods, G-Jack, or Cooper Kupp. So I don't know.
Yeah,
And
the Rams, they love to draft these second round wide receivers that like never do anything. Like Van Jefferson and a couple other guys. They're just end up not ever doing anything in the NFL. So we'll see what happens, but I'm not super high on Tutu either. I like his name though.
Tutu Atwell. That's a cool jersey. So in the fourth round pick, they got tight end. Don't think he's going to see the field too much. Seventh and yes, both 7th-round picks. They got running back and wide receiver. Yeah, these guys are probably going to be practice squad. Not going to see the field too much, but we'll hope and see. Oh man, can we just skip over the Seahawks too? They only have 3 picks this year.
Crazy.
But they picked 2 offensive players, so
They got no lineman, right?
they got an lineman in the 6th round, but they got
Russ is staying, baby.
Yeah. Excuse me. What blew my mind is that they got another wide receiver in the 2nd round. Dwayne Eskridge.
Yeah.
I don't know too much about him. I didn't see him on that many boards. Yeah, this is kind of a crazy pick for me. I feel like their wide receiver group is already packed, and they just paid Tyler Lockett a bunch of fucking money. So I
I
don't know.
think so. They lost David Moore, I believe. I believe he went to Carolina.
Yeah,
So this is going to replace David Moore. So I don't know what his rank was last year, but I think it was outside of the top like 50 or 60 wide receivers. So he'll just steal
yeah,
a touchdown away from Lockett or Metcalf every now and then you'll get mad at him.
yeah, exactly. He's gonna be like Rashad Penny.
Yeah.
And Rashad Penny's leaving this team next year too. That's sad. They didn't pick up his fifth-year option. You hate to see it.
I can't really blame him. I think he's played like 20 plays.
Yeah. He did steal that touchdown from Chris Carson that one year. Was totally not mad about that one. Yeah, dude, the Seahawks, I feel so bad for them. They only had 3 picks. They didn't really do much with them either. I think they
Well, they use their picks on Jamal Adams, so
yeah.
That top defensive lineman right there.
Oh my god. Okay, let's
Anyway,
all right, AFC West, Broncos.
Oh wait, I want to say
Good, good.
Broncos, Denver. Thank you so much for drafting Patrick Surtain.
Yes.
Thank you. Much
Lot-
appreciated. Just chef's kiss. Thank you.
beautiful.
Beautiful.
Perfect move. You didn't need a quarterback. Perfect.
Jeez. Okay, let's talk about this. So they got Javante Williams. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correct. With the second pick, and then in the third pick, they got offensive. They got a guard, and sixth pick, they got a wide receiver who's probably not going to see the field too much. Um, I didn't see all this hype behind Williams, but yeah, he's the 33rd running back off the board. You can get him in the early 8th round. That's pretty insane to me. You guys see him making a big impact his first year?
I mean, he's a great. People were comparing him to like the Alvin Kamara skill set. So if he is anything like that, he'd be a great pass catcher, and that kind of fills in for Philip Lindsay. Like Philip Lindsay wasn't really a pass catcher, but he kind of fits that mold, and I think people are saying he might overtake Melvin Gordon. So I think he's a
Wow.
sneaky pick in the 8th round. You know, there's a high upside to him. So
Does he
I'm
become the
scared.
best? Does he become the best handcuff right now?
I don't know if he's the best handcuff. I still think like Tony Pollard would be better, but he's definitely pretty solid.
You pause real quick. Chuck, you're breathing pretty hard in your mic.
Oh, I can just edit that out too. My bad.
Like, no problem.
I'm gonna have to pick up or let my girlfriend in soon. She's
How
about to be
dare
home.
you?
Do you want to just do
Couple
that now?
minutes.
Oh, a couple minutes. Okay.
Yeah. So
We can just
I was shocked at first that Williams is higher than Mike Davis, but I guess that sounds right if he's possibly going to take over from Melvin Gordon.
yeah.
oh yeah, Mike Davis is 36. But yeah, that's crazy.
I need to
Not
see
too
tape
long.
on. I need to see tape on Williams. Is he really this hype? God.
He was
Okay.
like he was the 3rd best running back in the class, people were saying.
Oh, and he was a junior too. That's really good. Wow.
Him and Michael Carter were on the same team, the guy the Jets drafted. So and
Wow.
he is ahead of Michael Carter.
North Carolina, is North Carolina even good?
They had some good running backs.
Yeah, right. They're the running back factory.
Yeah.
Oh my god. All right, let's get on the Chargers.
Anyway,
Their first round pick was Slater. We've already hyped him up a lot. Their third round pick, Josh Palmer, wide receiver. Trey McKitty, tight end out of Georgia. Offensive tackle, 5th round pick. 6th round pick was running back. Only one I can see getting fantasy relevance is Josh Palmer, but he has to beat out guys like Mike Williams and Keenan Allen. So I don't know. I'm pretty excited about the Chargers overall. I think that Austin Eckler's stock goes up. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think Eckler, Herbert, it's all looking pretty good. Very excited for them and the Chargers team. The defense is looking up too.
Yeah.
Very dangerous team.
I agree. I think, Rashawn Slater adds a lot. It's going to protect Herbert for years to come. And then we got Josh Palmer might be good. Maybe Mike Williams doesn't come back or something. He might fill into that role. But, probably not too much this year. But, yeah, Austin Eckler, Justin Herbert, they're going to be great this year. Keenan Allen, of course.
Right. I think I saw something where someone drew those wild comparisons with what the Bucs did last year and how the Chargers going this year. Like the previous year, they finished 7-9, and then made these specific moves and had this type of whatever, and they went to win the Super Bowl. So the Chargers are following those same specific 5 steps. So they're obviously going to win the Super Bowl next year.
So you're telling me I should go on FanDuel right now and put all my money on Chargers winning the Super Bowl?
I might put 20 on the Chargers because their odds are probably really good. Well, really good to bet on. So really long.
They're just in a really hard division, and imagine if the Broncos do trade for Aaron Rodgers. This would be like the division to watch, except the Raiders, obviously. So speaking about the Raiders, their first round pick, which was a reach, but a really cool name, Alex Leatherwood. Pretty cool. Tackle out of Alabama. And their other offensive player was a center out of Pittsburgh. So, yeah, okay. They've improved their O-line. It's going to be good for Josh Jacobs and Kenyon Drake. But, yeah, this team doesn't get any better fantasy-wise, but hopefully they get better defense-wise because that was their problem. And they drafted a lot of defensive players just like the Cowboys. So, yeah, we'll see. Yeah, they needed them. Yeah, I'm not super hyped about this team. Their wide receiver group still looks bad to me, but maybe I'm just a hater.
I don't think you're a hater.
Do you guys have anything you want to add to the Raiders? Defend Derek Carr.
If I put down $20 and the Chargers win the Super Bowl, I'll win $600.
Oh, really? That's pretty good.
Not bad.
Yeah. That just shows you my interest in the Raiders. I was doing this
okay, all right, let's talk about another team. Okay, whatever, Chiefs, whatever. They got a center in the second round. They got a defensive end in the fourth. They got tight end in the 5th round, which is probably going to replace their garbage tight end right now. They got a wide receiver in the 5th who's probably going to replace that garbage wide receiver they got right now. They got another guard in the 6th. Yeah, this team's going to look really different. Yeah. That's going to help Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
You mean Le'Veon Bell?
Oh my god, I don't even have him on my board. Oh my god. But yeah, there's nothing really to add. I feel like this team is already kind of cemented. I don't think any of these guys are going to take away snaps.
Yeah, I don't see a single thing really changing other than the O-line being a little better.
Yeah.
Yep, that's going to help the whole offense. So that's what you want to see.
Yeah. All right, everyone. Please check us out on Google Podcasts, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. Our Dragon Fire Fantasy Football Podcast. And yeah, have a great night, guys.
Thanks, y'all. Have a good one.
Thanks, guys. Catch you later.